Good morning, and here we go. It's KCHW 102.7, finally Friday edition of your KCHW morning show. And as always, co host on Fridays, Phillip Dutton. Yay, Phillip, live from Addie. Whoop, whoop. All right.
What?
All right. No gang signs, buddy.
This is the gang sign.
I don't know. I'm just playing around. All
Actually,
right.
it's a secret gang.
All
You're
right.
just not in it.
Michelle's been off all week, getting ready for the big fall festival that fires up tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes, and then we'll hit it again in the 8 o'clock hour because it's a big deal, and not everybody might hear some of the specifics on it. So we're going to run that twice. But thanks to her this morning, there was a button that wasn't pushed back in the studio, and it looked like might not be able to do the morning show. And Philip, probably you got up early just to do this, right, Philip?
Yep.
And I was afraid. I was so afraid. I was going to say, "Hey, dude, we can't do the show today." But she was close to the station and came back and I pressed a couple buttons so I could take over from Maine.
Yay, Michelle.
All right, you were repeating some nice things. Mr. Bent said about me doing it for Maine. It was like I was still there in the studio.
I don't remember saying that. No. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't. We just, with working at the golf course, we run into each other from time to time, and we're just talking about how crazy technology is, and how sometimes, like, you know people, I get a lot of questions, and people will say, oh, well, didn't he move to Maine? And I'm like, yeah, but he can still do the stuff from you know his office in Maine. He just needs a little help over here, but sometimes it seems like he never even left.
Yeah. The technology is awesome. And with the Fall Festival going on tomorrow, and I know Michelle's swamped, and trying to run, you can remote access things and try to run both computers and do your live break, but it's pretty tedious. I'm used to it because I've been doing it for years, but so I'm going to help tomorrow, and we'll get a couple breaks, from downtown and get them live over the radio. So that'll be real fun. And it's super easy. I just do the same thing I do for the morning show and seize control and be able to tie her in with her phone, and she can come right on the radio and do some breaks with us. So it'll be very cool.
Yeah, that
Get
is cool.
get some live updates, a list of the vendors, and just kind of give people that are getting ready to head down things that they can check out and things to catch. We'll roll out some weather, then we'll talk a little bit more about that. Today is your transition day. You've got cloudy skies early with peaks of sunshine. You should reach a high of 71, overnight low of 48. Then it's back to summer. You've got 79 on Saturday with sunny skies. It's going to be perfect for the fall festival. 47 for an overnight low. Sunday, 80 and 48 with sunshine. Monday, right now, 79 and 48 with sunshine. And it looks like you're going to hang out around 80 all your work week next week. Very, very nice Indian summer in Chihuahua. You guys are so lucky.
Yeah, it'll be what, October starts tomorrow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah, yeah. Crazy. I don't think
I'll
I've
take
ever seen that nice of a September in Chihuahua.
Yeah. The only, I mean, we got a little bit of rain yesterday, but it has been very nice here lately.
We've had some cold temperatures. I don't think we broke 60 yesterday, but today I get to enjoy a little bit of sunshine in Lincoln, Maine, with a high 65 and a low of 40. That's a big difference than you guys. It
Did
feels.
you?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if the weather there was impacted by, like, the hurricane down in Florida. Like, did it make any major changes for you, or are you just too far north to even know?
Well, Fiona, we never got rain with Fiona. We had days and days of rain before it got here, but with Fiona, it all we saw was the wind. Yeah, and it was 30 to 40 miles an hour, so it wasn't bad. It missed Maine and went up and just hammered Nova Scotia, so it was just a little too far off the coast. It did create what they were warning boats that there was going to be severe winds and rip tides along the coast and that kind of stuff. But we never got the rain from Fiona, and now we'll just wait and hold our breath and see what Ian's going to do, because right now they're telling Georgia and the Carolinas to brace themselves, and it could continue to come all the way up the coast. So yeah, it could get a little scary, and this state basically already is underwater. So
Yeah, I've got a buddy who is in Florida, and Fortunately, he's out of the way of most of the worst of it. He just has some high winds and lots of rain and stuff. But just telling me about some of him and his friends' experiences down there, and it's like, you just, I don't know. In Washington, we don't ever think about that kind of thing.
Yeah. And they say it's the worst. Watching the news this morning, they say it's the worst hurricane to ever hit Florida, 155 miles an hour. They were calling it Category 4 again, but I thought they upped it to 5 right before it hit. But still, 155-mile-an-hour winds. That's hard to fathom. And watching the news this morning, being on the East Coast, would get everything. I'm gonna get everything a little earlier. It's already 10:30 here, and the devastation is just horrible. And people that lost their lives. And now in the aftermath, nice sunny, calm day today that they're having there as they inspect the damages. But another story coming out this morning: that Hurricane Ian could cripple Florida's home insurance industry. And maybe even chances of people not getting money because the insurance company goes bankrupt. And that's kind of scary. I don't know what kind of government protections we have in for that. But Hurricane Ian could cripple Florida's already fragile homeowners insurance market. Because think of all the hurricanes that have hit Florida in the past. Experts say this major storm like Ian could push some of these insurance companies into insolvency, making it harder for people to collect on their claims. Since January 2020, at least a dozen insurance companies in the state went out of business, including 6 this year alone. Nearly 30 others are on the Florida Office of Insurance Regulation's watch list because of financial instability before the hurricane. So this
Wow.
doesn't bode well. Could you imagine having your house destroyed by the hurricane and your insurance company goes, we're out of money. Sorry.
Yeah. Closed. Yeah.
Closed.
Yeah. That is scary stuff.
Hurricane Ian will test the financial preparedness of some insurers to cover losses to their portfolios, in particular smaller Florida carriers with high exposure concentrations in impacted areas. Jeff Waters, who is an analyst for Moody's Analytics subsidiary RMS and a meteorologist, told ABC Waters said Florida is a peak catastrophe zone for insurers, and those with exposure will likely incur meaningful losses. More than 1 million homes on the Florida Gulf Coast were in the storm's path. They're saying early estimates pegs potential reconstruction at $258 billion. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Industry analysts say years of rampant and frivolous litigation and scams have brought Florida's home insurance market to its knees, with many large insurers like Allstate and State Farm reducing their exposure in that state over the past decade. Excuse me. Insurers most exposed to the storm will be the Florida only insurers, which they define as insurance companies with at least 75% of their homeowners and commercial property premiums written in Florida. And those are going to be the ones, Allstate and State Farm, they're across the U.S., so they have a little bigger base to protect from things like this. But the local Florida insurance companies, yeah, that's tough. At least 75% of homeowners and insurance property premiums written by those in Florida. So that could be some bad times. I don't know if the government would step in with something like that. I mean, we pretty much strapped our own government through COVID and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, that they obviously have some experience with it, but like you said, just the how many times it's happened over and over, it has to eventually catch up to like a point where it just breaks, sort of. So yeah, I feel for those people, all the people, the people that are protecting their beach homes, and probably just regular old people that are just trying to live their lives.
Moving on this morning, hoping you and Shane can get out and enjoy the Firefighters Olympics tomorrow, part of the Fall Festival, and actually the core of the Fall Festival. So going to be a good time in the city park. We've got a parade tomorrow at 10. Then at 11, you have the Firefighter Olympics in the park, and I might be off on some of this, but Michelle's got some promos that'll be running later today, and with the different event times and things like that. And then they're going to have the kids' Firefighter Olympics. I know local firefighters are going to be serving fire burgers. Everybody loves those. And then around 11, vendors will open up on Main Street. DOT letting us shut it down. Michelle has brought in 60 vendors for this event. That's huge. And then down Main Street, big long table for everybody to be able to sit and eat together. And then also downtown, 3 different bands are going to be performing. So a very, very good time. I know the radio station's going to have a little booth. If you want to find out about memberships and supporting public radio, we're coming up on our fall membership drive, so it's a great time to swing by the booth. And if you chat with them, there's some ladies in town. I'm not going to give their last names. I'm just going to do their first names because I never got permission. But I want to send out a thank you to Angela, Mary, and Julia. And then I think we're missing a mystery baker as well. But they made the cutest musical note cookies, and they're huge. It looks like enough to feed two. So
Nice.
go down there and talk sweet to them, and you might get a sweet back. And then you can always grab a membership for them, too, and support public radio. So
Cool. Yeah, I have a coworker who is taking part. She has a booth of her own that she's doing there tomorrow. Her name's Brittany. And I know she's pretty excited about it. A little nervous because she's never done anything like that on her own outside of representing like the golf course or whatever.
okay.
But yeah, she's excited to do it. And I think that Shane and my mom are going to go down there. I'm going to try to go down there early before I have to work.
All right.
Check it all out.
All right, shout out to one of my old buddies joining us on Facebook this morning. Good morning, Mr. Parrish. Mr. Matt Parrish, thank you very much for tuning in and catching the show today. Before we get to our goodies, a few more news headlines. Also, don't forget Farmers Market today, 11 to 3:30 are huge. I can't believe how big the Farmers Market has gotten in Chihuahua. And, of course, it's an award-winning Farmers Market, too, which makes it even better. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Poll out today. Not surprising. At least I'm glad some people are catching up. Given what we know about the ongoing investigations into Mr. Trump, a narrow majority of registered voters now believe he should not be allowed to serve as president again in the future. Just 35% of voters polled said Trump should be allowed to serve again. The rest, 14%, were unsure, and the rest said no way. Survey was 1,566 U.S. adults and was conducted from September 23rd to 27th. Let's see, that was the same time Attorney General Letitia James filed a sweeping lawsuit that accused Trump and three of his children of fraudulently overvaluing assets by billions of dollars to obtain beneficial financial terms. One of the several recent legal setbacks for the former president, who also faces potential charges for election interference in Georgia and for taking highly classified documents to Mar-a-Lago. As such, it may reflect the cumulative effect of Trump's mounting legal woes, which, by the way, if you've donated money to his PAC, that's what's paying for it. The funds you've donated for him are going to his legal fees. I wouldn't even think that would be legal, but I guess it is.
Yeah.
But I'd be upset if I was a donor and I donated a whole bunch of money and he's using it to pay for attorney fees for him and his kids. Come on. That's not cool.
Now you would be upset.
Well, okay.
I've been upset.
I've been upset, horribly upset. And some things are backfiring. In another story, former President Trump is headed to Michigan on Saturday for the latest in a series of campaign rallies. But the event to be held in Warren will only sharpen questions about whether Trump's influence is backfiring against the GOP in general elections. Most prominent candidate Trump is backed in the Wolverine State conservative commenter and gubernatorial nominee Tudor Dixon has lagged incumbent Governor Gretchen Whitmer by double digits in recent polls. Not so long ago, Whitmer was a top Republican target. Conservatives believed they could capitalize on discontent with her handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead, the GOP candidate, who hews to a hardline anti-abortion position, meanders on whether the 2020 election was legitimate or not, and is suffering from a massive fundraising disadvantage. When Trump endorsed Dixon in the GOP primary in late July, he promised she was a conservative warrior who was ready to take on one of the worst governors in the nation. But even Republicans don't think the Trump rally is going to turn things around for Dixon, who trailed Whitmer by 16 points in the poll last week from the Detroit Free Press. That'd be a huge number to recoup before the beginning of November.
Absolutely.
And if you caught the news, man, Putin's still at it, annexing huge swaths of eastern Ukraine. But Putin's party was wrecked by a lightning counterattack that may have trapped thousands of his new men that he sent to Ukraine in the key city of Lyman in Russia. So I guess they've captured a couple thousand of his new troops that he sent in. So that's kind of fun. All right. Just a couple more news headlines. Ginny Thomas, wife of Supreme Court Justice, told the committee investigating the January 6th insurrection that she still believes the 2020 presidential election was stolen. It's not a smart woman. All right. All right. Last one. This is in the good news department. Okay. And the about time department. House Democrats have officially drafted a bill that bans politicians, judges, and their spouses and children from trading stocks. But here's what they are still allowed to own and do. So Democrats have introduced this legislation, the bill called the Combating Financial Conflicts of Interest in the Government Act. This is really cool. It's been needed for a long time. But whether the House and Senate will pass it, because this takes money out of their pocketbooks. But this is no different, I think, than insider trading. So this new act is an attempt to limit conflict of interest for public office holders and their families when it comes to their investments. The proposed bill is wide-reaching. If passed, several people who hold senior public positions won't be allowed to own or trade securities, commodities, futures, cryptocurrencies, or any other digital assets. It's no surprise that politicians and senior officials are well-connected people and have the inside track on legislation that might affect a company or an industry. While it doesn't make them clairvoyant, it certainly gives them advantage when it comes to the market. And I think an unfair advantage, and probably why so many politicians want to be in there and why they get so stinking rich while they're serving.
Yeah, it's sad because I actually thought before this, most recent term that that was already a thing. I just remember being shocked at a former disgraced president, repping his malaria medication as a COVID cure, to turn around and find out that he has stock in that company. And it just seems like, you're spreading misinformation and benefiting from it. Like that right there was like, I don't know.
It's not right.
Huge. Yeah, it was a huge alarm bells going off. Like, wait, what's going on?
Now, senior officials and others affected by the bill, if passed, would be required to either sell their holdings when they take their position or put them into a blind trust where they would have no control over the trades, so they wouldn't be able to change anything. Let's see, they do get to keep doing things like treasury bills, bonds, and state or municipal government bills and bonds. So they can still do, stuff that's not as crucial and that anybody can do, kind of like banking on those. You don't get the high returns and stuff. So I think I'm okay with that. But definitely they should not be in the stock market whatsoever.
No. I also have one news item, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
It's just, and it is long overdue, but it doesn't involve politics. The Mariners only have to win one more game and they will end their 20-year playoff drought.
Really?
Yeah, which is the longest playoff drought in North American sports currently. Like all sports, not just baseball.
Now, you're a baseball fan. What's been their problem? Why is this?
Oh, all sorts of things. Bad leadership, signing, spending massive amounts of money on, players that don't do well, farm system development. So it's been a long time. And this new general manager has been at the helm for a while now, like 7 years now. So it's very exciting. They just did like pre-sale for playoff tickets, which they haven't been able to do in years. Like we've never really been close, so yeah, pretty exciting. They play I think they have 7 more regular season games and then it'll be off to playoffs, and they just have to win one of them.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Let's move on this morning to bits and breaks. And I picked the first one out. Philip, as you navigate there too, I picked the first one out, Real Rules of Attraction to Get Any Man's Attention. This is for me and Philip since we are both single. So these are some tips for you single ladies if you want to get my or Philip's or any man's attention. But we're just thinking about ourselves right now. All right. Studies show that wearing red makes men look at women a lot differently. In fact, men find women who wear red to be more attractive. In a study done by the City University of New York, men were already attracted to women who found themselves to be even more attracted to her when she wore red and even accessorized with the color. How do you feel about a nice bright red dress, Philip?
Yeah, I'm into it. I
Wearing
can't
red.
think of any. I was gonna say I can't think of anything like right off the top of my head, but yeah.
All right. I was watching for the first time. I'd never checked it out before. WandaVision, because I've heard people talking about it. The Marvel TV series on Disney,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, it's like episode 7 or whatever. She spends the whole episode in her Halloween costume, which is this really cool red dress, and I will say it got my attention. And
Yeah.
I was still thinking about that red dress this morning, so there might be some truth to that. All
I
right.
really like that show.
At first, I was like, "This is stupid," but then I kind of forward through the first 2 episodes, and then I realized there was something insidious happening in the background, and then it got my attention. But that first episode where it's just like an old black and white sitcom, I did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah, it's
I
like a
did not
mix
know what was
between
going on.
yeah, like a mix of like I Love Lucy and I don't know, Bewitched or something.
Yeah, and then it kind of turns into Leave It to Beaver, and then because
Yeah.
some kids come into the scene and stuff. But I googled it, and then I saw that it was going to get better, so I kept watching, and it did. All right, wearing red is not the only thing to keep a man's interest, though, and you don't want to overdo it with the red. Don't overdo the lipstick. Yeah, that bright red lipstick's kind of a turnoff. The red dress is good, though. Men tend to be more attracted to women who skip bold colors on their lips and steer more toward neutral looks. See? Wow, I was actually right about something. All right. According to Allure, studies show women who have animated and happy faces tend to be more attractive to men. Well, it shouldn't look like you're having some sort of uncontrollable muscle twitching fit. Nodding, blinking, and smiling can show a man that you're interested in him and friendly. And I don't have any problem with the uncontrollable muscle twitching fit. Huh. I guess there's 2 more. Allure also suggests low lighting, which can set the mood and flatter just about anyone, and of course, to smell great. You don't want to drench yourself in strong scents, but vanilla and powdery scents can be very powerful in the rules of attraction. One last tip in the rules of attraction: beautiful, healthy hair. I guess that it's cut off there at the end, but beautiful, healthy hair. All right.
Wow, they're not asking for much.
No, not at all. They're making it kind of tough, I think, too.
What do you think a powdery scent is?
I don't know, but it better not be that baby powder stuff because everybody knows how I hate that.
Just yeah. I don't,
Just remember that, ladies. Men do not like the smell of babies or baby powder. Not something we're attracted to.
Scott just said that.
Just go with the red dress. All right, what do you have for us, Philip?
Oh man, I've got some very bad poetry for fall.
All right, can I maybe let's see if I can add a little echo to your voice? You think? All right, it just might help you deliver it. Go ahead.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
My lawn will soon be covered with leaves once again, red and yellow and brown. Why can't we figure out how to make them fall up instead of down?
Ooh, that was amazing. All right.
Deep.
Was too deep. Oh my gosh. Now, what do you got next? That was pretty short.
Let's see. Have you ever seen anybody take the milk out of the refrigerator and shake it up before they pour it in their glass? Do you do that, Scott?
No, I don't. I've never found milk as something that needs to be remixed, or if your milk is settling, it's probably got an issue.
It turns out that some people take it out and they shake it up, and maybe it's just a I don't know, one of those things you do, like shaking up the juice, shaking up your coffee creamer. Maybe it's just a habit.
Hmm.
Shake whatever comes out of the refrigerator,
Could be.
but pretty funny because yeah, it should just be one ingredient,
Now,
milk.
I bet you if you got farm fresh milk, because sometimes it kind of separates and the cream floats to the top. So
Yeah,
that would be a situation if you're drinking farm fresh milk where you might want to shake it a little because that could be kind of
yeah.
gross.
I think they're just talking about the old Dairy Gold or Safeway Select,
I
whatever
don't like
you.
anything that's got a skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, or anything with lumps. And nothing worse on the planet than grabbing some milk and like especially if you drink it right out of the carton like I do sometimes and then finding out it's spoiled. That's like the worst.
No, but I can one up you when you're making macaroni and cheese and you're to the part where you have to add the milk and it's not good milk. Meal
Oh.
ruined.
Oh. And you might not
Yeah.
found out till later.
Oh no, I definitely found this has only ever happened to me once, but I remember being like both like equally disappointed and just grossed out.
We've had a
So,
problem here with I guess they didn't clean out a tank well or something with bleach cleaner in the milk. Like they cleaned out one of the tanks and then didn't get everything out of it. I had to throw away a couple half gallons. Yeah.
ah,
Gross. And taking a swig of it and you couldn't taste it when it was like in your mouth. It was after you swallowed. You go, this is bleach milk.
like, oh, it's yeah,
Yeah, not good.
gross.
All right. I've got a couple college roommate horror stories. Did you ever have roommates in college, Philip?
Nope.
No.
No.
Have you ever had a roommate?
Oh yeah,
All right.
plenty.
All right.
Yep.
Good or bad experiences?
All of the above, mostly good. But when I had my first apartment, it was a with three other dudes, and we're all like age 18 to 21, and it was just a hot mess.
Nobody cleaned.
Like I just remember at a certain point, like I don't know, me being like, well, I'm not doing this again. Like don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun. Uh, but when you're trying to go to work and, people are still up or yeah, just,
I stopped by my kid's place one time and she was living in a big house. Tons of the whole bunch of people living in there. I don't know, 6, 8 of them. Whole bunch of people. Really big house in Spokane. And I went to use the bathroom, and everybody that lived there happened to be there and be in the living room. And when I came out, I said, "You guys are like disgusting." And I'm gonna go ahead and go now. I'm gonna go down and use the filthy Texaco latrine because it's way better than your bathroom. And the thing that grossed me out is the most disgusting bathroom I had ever seen. And the thing that was the worst is everybody's toothbrushes were out. And I was just
oh,
like, I'm just getting sick looking at this place. Wow. And speaking of toothbrushes, I had a girlfriend one time who hated her roommates and confessed to me that she took one of their toothbrushes, one that she hated the most, and cleaned the toilet with it and then put it back in the holder.
no.
Yes, and within a week, I had found a way to break up with her because I was told I couldn't get that story out of my head. I was like, "This is not a safe girl to date."
Yeah, what's she gonna do to you? Or what did
Exactly.
she already do to you?
Yeah, yeah. Don't make her angry. All right, some more college roommate horror stories. Let's see. If you're doing college in quarantine from your parents' house, look on the bright side. At least you won't have to deal with horrible roommates. Let's see. It's this from the website Cafe Mom did a survey on bad roommates. One here. My roommate would leave all the doors open, not unlocked, actually physically open. Just wander on in. Another roommate wanted to bring a convicted felon into our apartment. He knew the convict for just 2 months. Mind you, the felon was being sentenced in about 3 weeks.
Hmm.
Where's my TV? Uh, Another one says, I had a roommate who refused to buy anything for the apartment, so one day I decided to take my toilet paper out of the bathroom and start carrying it with me every time I had to go. She didn't tell her roommate about it and cheered secretly when she could hear her go into the bathroom and not be able to find any toilet paper.
Man, people are just mean.
Yeah, but if you had a roommate that was just using you like that, you might have to come up with something close to that. That might be a little excessive.
Interestingly, we had this rule in that same first apartment because things got out of control that if you didn't do your dishes, that they got put in your car.
That's good.
Everybody had to leave their keys out. So if you were the one that left your dishes out dirty, that they ended up in your car. So everybody had to have access to your car.
Yuck.
It was pretty fun.
Here's what it says. My roommate was so irresponsible and refused to take care of her dog. She wouldn't have food for the dog because she couldn't afford it. So I'd be like, you just bought $200 worth of clothes. Feed your dog.
Man, yeah, you see that a lot.
I know of a roommate that had a clothes shopping addiction and plenty of money to the point where the woman never went out, never washed her clothes, and just went and bought new ones. And if you open the door to her bedroom, clothes were across the floor about 4 foot high.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. Here's another one that says, one of my roommates thought it would be a brilliant idea to wash his dirty dog in the shower. Huge amount of dirt, clumps, and hair were everywhere in the shower, and they just left it for me to clean up. And last one. One of my friends who lived with a guy he met on Craigslist walked into his apartment after going for a run and heard the shower running. All of a sudden, 3 men he didn't know walked out of the bathroom all in towels.
Maybe he's just renting it out.
But you all have to shower together? Yeah, all right.
I don't know.
All right, there's another one up here. I think this is yours, Phillip. Psychological tricks to make people like you immediately. I found this a little bit creepy.
Oh yeah, so tricking people to make you like you. Got it. Okay. Let's see. We've got complimenting other people. People will associate the adjectives you use to describe other people with your personality. The phenomenon is called spontaneous trait transference. If you describe someone as a genuine and kind people, or genuine and kind people will also associate you with those qualities. Wow. The reverse is also true. So if you're constantly trashing people behind their backs, your friends will start to associate the negative qualities with you as well.
Don't be a complainer.
Yeah. Let's see. Copy the person you're with. Man, I used to know somebody that did this a lot. This strategy is called mirroring, involves subtly mimicking other people or other person's behavior. When talking to somebody, try copying their body language, gesture, and facial expressions.
That's the creepy one.
I used to, even as a kid, this is totally not the person I was thinking of, but as a kid, I had a friend that we went to all through elementary school together, and I don't know if it was something he nervously did, but he would watch you speak, and then he would try to anticipate what you were gonna say, and he would mouth it. Like it was so weird. You would say a sentence, and you would see him like trying to mouth the same words you were saying as you were saying them.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Reveal your flaws from time to time. According to the pratfall effect, people will like you more after you make a mistake, but only if they believe you are a competent person.
The pitfall.
Yeah. Revealing that you aren't perfect makes you more relatable and vulnerable toward the people around you. Right. Yeah, I feel like that one's good. And
that's why I always play this sound effect.
Oh no! We suck again!
See?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. There's a lot of things too where, say nobody's right or wrong, or that maybe finding out who's right or wrong isn't important. So there's times where, I'll admit to a mistake, maybe that wasn't even mine, just to, because that's not the important part. The important part is, fixing or learning from whatever the thing is, right? So, tell them a secret. Self disclosure may be one of the best relationship building techniques. In a study, students who asked increasingly personal questions reported feeling much closer to each other than students who engaged in small talk.
Huh. So what kind of secret? Like, I killed someone.
Yeah. This isn't my real body. Uh,
Nice. This is just an extra skin layer. Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
And then last one, let them talk about themselves. Harvard researchers, not just any researchers, recently discovered that talking about yourself may be inherently rewarding, the same way that food, money, and sex are. In other words, letting someone share a story or two about their life instead of blabbing about yours could give them more positive memories of your interaction. I would also say maybe asking questions. Uh, it would give them more positive memories of your interaction. Asking questions about themselves instead of
Sure.
blabbering.
Sure. Which is never good. All right. Let's see here. I like this one. How long till you fell in love? A blog for women asked, how long did it take you to fall in love with your current man? 30% said it happened almost instantly. 30% said it took several weeks. 26% said it took several months. And 8% said 6 months to a year.
Which means they don't love you.
I would think possibly not. Also, 4% said it took over a year to fall in love. Huh. I don't know. I think I'd. Hello?
That's- Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Yes.
Interesting fun fact. My husband and I have known each other for over 20 years. And it wasn't until 6 or 7 years ago that I actually fell in love with him.
What?
Yeah, we've known each other for a long, long time.
Yeah, but you weren't dating that whole time, right?
Well, not for his lack of trying.
Zing.
So he's in love with you for a long time then.
Yeah, poor guy.
So Michelle, what made you since you were eavesdropping? No. What made you change and what did he do different that made you fall in love with him finally?
He grew up a little bit.
Yeah, maturity is important.
Yeah, it is.
All right. All right. So, are you doing okay? Are you ready for tomorrow?
Oh, I'm a hot mess.
Well, you better call Trevor then. All right.
Actually, today I am running through some more promos and thank yous for the sponsors, and I wanted to ask you. So tomorrow, when you get a hold of me and we do the breaks and stuff, am I okay to thank the sponsors and stuff on the air when we do that?
You are totally okay. Totally okay to thank the sponsors.
Um,
All right. So
and
we've got some people in town, businesses that have really helped out making this come to fruition. And I think the whole day now is you and is his name Jason or Joshua?
oh, Justin.
Justin, sorry. I think you and Justin have made this much bigger than it was inspected. So can you rattle off some of those sponsors off the top of your head?
Yeah, we've got Dawson actually did a donation to the event, not a sponsorship, because they didn't feel there was enough time to really get anything together for promotion for them, but they wanted to participate, and they were very generous in doing so. Spokane Tribe has sponsored the event. 49 Degrees North has sponsored the event. Nick's Boots out of Spokane is also a sponsor. And just all the collaboration of all the people coming together. SETI's Ace Hardware here in town has done like they're over the top, really awesome. Using the garden center as the beer garden with the aesthetic that they have in there was just the perfect piece that really brought everything together in that country feel that we're trying to get for the event. So applause for them for being.
So hold the tractor. We have a beer garden?
Yeah, that's right. And the aesthetic in there is just gorgeous. So it's really awesome. And then Fired Up is going to be running the beer garden. So they're going to be pulling their bus into the beer garden area, the garden area, and running it out of there. Yeah, just a lot of really amazing community involvement, and it's awesome to see.
All right. Cool. So yeah, we'll be live at least a couple times tomorrow. We'll check in with Michelle and make sure you got a list of those vendors too. We'll talk about those when we do a couple breaks from our booth. All right.
Yes, I will do my best. I have to actually run to Spokane this afternoon to get some last minute things that are almost impossible to find. So if there's any listeners out there that know where to get spray chalk paint, please message me because I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, and you don't want to have to wander around everywhere, right?
No, I'm kind of scouring the internet right now, calling stores, trying to figure out where it is. But
you know, you might get lucky there too, Michelle. And people could call the station because it rings through to her phone, 935-6627. I've done things like that on the air, and I actually had people call up and go, "Well, I'm going to Colville. I could pick that up for you." And you're like, "Really? That'd be awesome." So you never know.
Yeah, it's just a matter of being able to find it. Like if you can't find a craft thing at Hobby Lobby, you know you're in trouble.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but we might just have to go little kid style and just use some regular chalk. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Regular chalk.
Woo, woo. Oh, those darn supply shortages.
Feeling it.
Well, thanks for all your hard work, and you probably won't sleep tonight, but try.
While I'm on here, I kind of want to highlight something that hasn't really gotten much attention. The seniors over at the senior center have been really hustling. They're going to be running bingo down there and a cakewalk down in Kids Alley, and they have been all over town collecting gift certificates and little prizes for the bingo. So they are, again, over the top, just kind of jumped in, not necessarily last minute, but with less time than even I had to prepare this, which wasn't much. And they have really, really pulled it together. So yeah, we'll be having some bingo down there, and yeah, make sure to go and see them.
That just adds to the fun.
Right. It's pretty cool. We've got the kid vendors down in Kids Alley. So the seniors and all of that whole area will have Gina Greenwood down there doing some art stuff in the kids section. And yeah, it'll be fun.
I knew you needed to hook up with her when she called me.
I was looking for her phone number. Somebody gave it to me earlier in the week, and then it got lost in the shuffle. And I was like, I have to call her now. But it worked out. Right. She's a very animated person, and she'll be fun to work with.
Well, I know Phillip's working, but you can still pick on one of our co-hosts, Chuck Ritchie, and I know Alan was out of town if you need some more people in the booth. So,
all right.
For you.
The booth.
All right. Anything else, Michelle? Oh, tell us the three bands.
Oh, yes. We're going to be starting with Out West, and they have been nominated by their fans for Entertainer of the Year. And I think their drummer got Drummer of the Year, or they've been nominated for several awards from the Inland Northwest Country Music Awards. So that's really exciting. They'll be kicking us off. And then Fire Bottle Brothers is just a screaming sensation out of Kettle Falls. Some young kids, and they really are just phenomenal. And we will be ending the evening with a local favorite, Old Souls and Antiques, which they also have a unique sound, a lot of diverse instruments in all of the setup for the bands. And it's just going to be a really, really interesting performances. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
What time does the music start?
The music starts at 5 o'clock. So out west will begin at 5, and they'll play until a little after 6, and then 6:30 to 8 will be Fire Bottle Brothers, and then 8:30 to close will be Old Souls and Antiques.
So we're going to be doing street dancing in Chihuahua?
Yes, and actually the band out west, they're one of their fans that follows them around to all of their shows does line dancing, and so he likes to get the crowd involved in doing that. So I really hope we can get some people out there kicking their boots up, because that'll be a lot of fun. Don't swing dance with him though. Apparently he likes to toss people up in the air, and I don't need any injuries on my watch, please. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We've got a big dance area set up in front of the band or the stage, and then we've got some tables out for Setties is going to be doing some pulled pork sandwiches and some smoked meats with all their different rubs. And directly behind the tables, we will have the gal that does the chainsaw carving. I can't remember her name right now.
Okay.
But she's going to have some of her chainsaw carvings out. And one of my favorite vendors, I love having him at all of my events. His name is also Scott, but he does the standalone fire pits. And he's going to be up there too, so that as the night comes on, we can move some of those fire pits closer to the dance area and have like a bonfire party in the middle of town. So that's kind of cool.
I am so sad I'm missing this. Wow. Good job, Michelle. It's crazy.
I'm sad you're missing it too. I kind of got to really give the town like a full stretch of what I like to do, and I wish you were here to enjoy it with me.
Well, I'm impressed for everything you put together, and I know how hard events are to pull off. So applause for you and Justin.
Thanks.
And everybody else that's helping, and all the gals that bake cookies for the radio station.
That's
all right.
awesome.
All right. Anything else you want to throw in?
No, I'm going to get back to work, but I want to thank everyone that has pulled together to really help me make this a success. And I will see all of my awesome volunteers bright and early at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning at the Yale Press. So if you did not get a chance to sign up for on the volunteer form or anything else, and you are listening to this now and you're an early riser and you want to come help us get some chalk on the street, 7 a.m. at the Yale Press, we'll be pulling our meeting.
And I was right about the parade at 10?
Yes.
All right.
The parade will start on the west side of City Hall on 2nd Street, run down to Main, left on Main, and then I think they're going up 5th Street.
Okay.
And I'm not exactly sure the route
That's all right.
at that point, but it does circle back around. They're going to go on down Colville and down to the City Hall, where they're, to make the full loop. I know that the barricades have been put up, to block traffic and stuff. So they will be going up tonight. And if you're parked anywhere inside where those things are set up, I have been informed that your cars will be towed so that you're not in the way of the Firefighters Olympics coming to set up. You're not in the way of the parade. You're not in the way of the shuttle or we're bringing in some portable toilets and stuff like that. So we need the streets in that area cleared, and we need to keep them cleared. One of the biggest things I think that I really would like to mention right now is after the parade is over, if you are on Main Street, I really need you to exit Main Street to the north. So go towards the park from downtown, because I will have vendors coming in from King Street. And I don't want a whole bunch of pedestrians in the way, and people could possibly get hurt as I'm directing traffic to get those vendors set up. I've got 2 hours to set up 60 vendors. So please help me out and just move from the downtown area towards the park as you file away from the parade.
All right. And the Firefighter Olympics are in the park at what time?
Yeah, so the Adult Firefighter Olympics will start at 11 o'clock on the west side of the park, and the Junior Olympics will start at noon on the east side of the park, kind of by the Children's Pavilion.
So you'll have some time there between the parade until that stuff's over to get all the vendors set up for the rest of the day. That works out pretty good.
Yeah, it'll work out all right.
All right.
I'm bring my megaphone just in case it doesn't.
Is there like any place like an information kiosk or anything like that people can go to get information day of?
So, Justin and I are working on larger signage that we are going to have up around town. So, along Main Street, there will be, of course, the event posters, but also the shuttle map. So, that's one cool thing about this event. We are running a shuttle from downtown. We are encouraging people because pretty much the entire east side of 395 is going to be partitioned off for this event. We are encouraging people to park in the gravel lot at the high school, or at the elementary school, or at City Hall. There is a shuttle that will be running from downtown up to those parking areas, and we have shuttle stops right here on the alleyway in front of the radio station. There will be 2 stops plus the bathroom stations, so that people can catch a ride across town to where they're parked at. So
Cool.
we're trying to keep it foot traffic downtown only, and yeah, you won't be able to drive. So we do have that shuttle option to get you back and forth. And also, if you want to go back and forth from downtown over to the park, and then, kind of mingle around in both places.
And once again, if you want to take advantage of the free shuttle, where do you want to park at?
You want to park at the gravel lot at the high school, the elementary school, and then, of course, City Hall is right here. So I don't think there's a shuttle stop at City Hall, but I know that there will be one right on the corner by the bowling alley to pick people up from the park that want to come downtown. And there will be 2 stops down here. One will be at the car show in the Napa parking lot, and the other will be right here in that gravel lot across from where the radio station is. So on 3rd in the alleyway there. And then it will circle back up to the high school where the parking is. So if you need to go to your car halfway through, and they think the route that they've plot it takes like 15 or 20 minutes to just do the loop. So, a couple times an hour at least that shuttle will be going through.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful day for those that can walk. And Tooele's not that big. So, but what a great service to add too for people that do have problems get around, to have that shuttle service. That's awesome. All right, you guys put together a good event.
I'd like to throw out there too that shuttle was the use of the shuttle was donated by 49 Degrees North. So shout out to them for letting us use their shuttle and their driver for a good portion of the day. So
yay.
Awesome.
All right. You think you got it all in?
I think so. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a hot mess right now, but I'm going to get back to work and get some more promos out and get some more information out on Facebook. So if you're looking for any more details, they can all be found on the world of the web.
All right. Thank you so much, Michelle Williams. They're our station manager from KCHW. The city talked her into taking this on with Justin, and I know it hasn't been easy. So good job. One more round of applause for you. And that was some great Phil. We are going to go to break. When me and Phillip come back, Phillip, you up for some head-to-head trivia with me?
Always.
All right. And we will go ahead and roll out some odd news and a little bit more as we take you into the weekend. Keep on listening. It's Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW 102.7, and we are right back.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Tooele.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, September the 30th, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. At least 3 sections of the Sanibel Causeway washed away by storm surge from Hurricane Ian. That's according to video from CNN affiliates WBBH and WPLG, severing the island and the Captiva Islands' only connection to Florida's mainland. The videos for the causeway show 2 portions of the ramp to both bridges are washed away, as well as a stretch of roadway that crossed an island in the middle of the causeway. According to CNN, all lanes of the bridge are currently closed, and the severity of the closure is listed as major. That's according to Florida 511. Social Security benefits again could see their highest increase in several decades. But those advocating for beneficiaries say there's still plenty of concern about financial hardships as well as politics surrounding the program.
The latest forecast indicates 2023 benefits will increase by around 9% when the decision is announced in October. John Bauman of the group Social Security Works says while the higher adjustment helps buffer recent inflation woes, it still might not be enough for many older Americans.
For older people already in the Social Security system, their cost of living goes up quicker than any other cohorts in the population, simply because healthcare costs tend to go up faster than other costs.
His group supports a bill in Congress that would boost the Social Security tax cap in order to extend the program's solvency. It also would expand benefits. Some Republicans, including Wisconsin's Ron Johnson, have floated ideas to cut or eliminate the program. I'm Mike Moen.
And a new report of black students in the community college system finds fewer are signing up to attend 2-year schools.
At Arkansas State University, Mid-South, Chancellor Dr. Deborah West says her 2-year school also has seen declining enrollment, and the drop was more dramatic among white students than black students. But West says the school has renewed its focus on adding programs to attract more students of color. One popular course of study trains people for the in-demand field of commercial truck driving.
The other area that we think we have tremendous room for expansion in is in healthcare. We're going to start by focusing on our EMT program and hopefully expanding that into a paramedic program, because we know there's a lot of interest in healthcare programs in our area and great demand for a trained healthcare workforce in our area.
The report on black students' experiences in community college shows the enrollment dropped 18% for all black students from fall 2019 to fall 2021. For a Public News Service, I'm Danielle Smith.
This is PNS. And with the election a little more than a month away, Eric Gadoff reports some caregiving and long-term care issues are too big for candidates in Oregon to ignore.
There are about 460,000 family caregivers in the state providing $5.7 billion of unpaid care, according to a 2017 estimate. Yvonne Smith is a faculty member at Clackamas Community College and says some people may not even realize they are caregivers.
For example, if you are helping someone manage their medications, if you're doing someone's grocery shopping, if you're checking in on them and helping them go through their mail, those are all caregiving activities.
Smith says despite the numbers, Oregon is in need of more caregivers, especially with the avalanche of baby boomers retiring in the coming years.
As we all know, COVID upended many routines, including Texas parents getting kids in for regularly scheduled childhood vaccines.
Data from the Texas Department of State Health Services showed the childhood vaccination rate dropped during the pandemic. Starting in June, the Hispanic Access Foundation partnered with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to bring COVID-19 vaccine clinics to Latino churches in 3 Texas communities. Ari Garcia is secretary at Hope of Life Church of God in Houston and says COVID is still top of mind for many people, but children need protection from a variety of potential illnesses.
And it's very important to protect the children because they go out, they go back to school. So it's very important for them to have the COVID vaccine and the other vaccines.
If you haven't kept track of immunization records, they're available from state-run immunization information systems. The Texas system is available at dshs.tex.gov. I'm Roz Brown.
Finally, our Catherine Carley tells us at libraries, colleges, and even movie theaters, more people in Massachusetts are learning about how to prevent an opioid overdose.
More than 2,200 people died of an opioid overdose in Massachusetts last year. That's a nearly 9% increase from the year prior. Brian Sink manages the Access Drug User Health Program at Fenway Health. He says he's encouraged by the growing number of people being trained for what he calls an all-hands-on-deck moment.
Sometimes we're contacted for training after an overdose has occurred at a venue or location, but oftentimes it's truly folks being proactive and recognizing that they may find themselves in situations where they have the opportunity to help.
Sink says the free training is comprehensive. Participants learn how to spot an overdose and check a person's vital signs before administering a single-step dose of nasal Narcan, as well as any rescue breaths needed while waiting for help to arrive.
This is Mike Clifford, and thank you for wrapping up your week with Public News Service, member and listener supported on great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find your trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Oh, yeah. It's time for trivia. We're back. It's KCHW 102.7 and your morning show with Phillip Dutton and Scott Allen. And Phillip and me going head to head, thinking impaired Scott.
Yay.
Yay. All right, Phillip, I guess I'm going to go ahead and roll one out for you first. How's that?
Sounds great.
All right. On average, this is the easy one because it's happening now. On average, these last about 10 days.
On average, these last about 10 days.
One's happening right now.
What's happening? Hurricane?
Yes. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see. Before 1950, Americans did this about once a week. Now the average is almost once a day.
Before 1950, once a week. And now the average is once a day. Go to the store.
No. It's something that you would do at your home.
Take a shower?
Yeah.
Ew.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ew. All right. This is a good one for us. Let's see. In a survey of adults, 47% said they had no one else. They would leave all their money to who?
Wait, say it again. Say it one more time.
In a survey of adults, 47% of them said if they had no one else to leave all their money to, they would leave it to who?
Is it a specific person or is it a group?
It is not a person.
Charity?
It's a who or a what, but it's not a person.
A who or a what?
You hear stories about millionaires doing this and you're like, really?
Giving all their money to...
You got no one else in your life. You got no family, no friends, no one else you're going to want to leave your money to. But there was one, something special in your life, and you're going to leave the money to them.
I don't know. I mean, I would guess like some charity, but
No, like in your case, you'd probably leave it to Cheddar if no one else was around.
my cat?
Yeah, your pet. Leaving your money to your pet. 47% of adults said if they had no one else to leave it to, they'd leave it to their pet.
Huh.
Crazy. All right, I'm ready.
Taking that pet with me to the grave, whether he's ready or not. All right. 12 banks and 7 trains. What am I talking about?
12 banks and 7 trains. Things that Scott has robbed.
Close.
Close.
If you replace Scott with someone else.
Scott was someone else. Oh, I can't think of like a famous Western like bank and train robber, but would I be on the right track?
Yeah,
All
Jesse
right.
James.
Jesse James. Oh, that should have been an easy one, huh?
I don't know.
This one was up the other day. I'm gonna see if I can find something different. On the average person, eats 160 of these a year, and it's breakfast.
160 of these a year. Bagels. No. Waffles?
Oh, that's a good one. Easy hint. You're going to need some non-spoiled milk.
Cereal?
Yeah, 160 bowls of cereal per year, average person.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's way more than I do.
I remember when I was in college, a lot of times you ate cereal for dinner, too.
Yeah, I used to eat cereal for lots of meals.
All right.
It's quick and it's easy. Let's see. I got one that I'm just gonna go off the top of my head because I gave the hint earlier. What year was the last time the Mariners were in the playoffs?
Oh, so I'm going to say 2002?
Oh, so close. 2001.
But
Yeah,
didn't you say
nice.
20 years?
Yeah. I mean, the seasons go over the, yeah.
All right, these are always fun, Phillip. What's in common? I'm going to give you a set of 3 things. Each one has something in common. You tell me what it is and you win. First one, mouse, bear, booby.
Traps.
Garter, rattler, cobra.
Snakes.
Yes. Birthday, thank you, get well.
Cards.
November, ballot, Tuesday.
Elections.
That was way too easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give you one more because that was short. Pick the lie, okay?
Okay.
1 gallon of water mixed with an ounce of soy sauce makes good lawn fertilizer. Turtles pass gas. Actor Michael Caine's real name is Maurice Micklewhite. Which one's the lie?
The third one.
No, his name really is Maurice Micklewhite. Any other guesses on the other two?
Maybe the second one.
No, turtles do pass gas. So the lie was soy sauce does not make good lawn fertilizer, but it is great on your rice.
I was thinking maybe there was some like amino acids or something that was good for lawn. I'm going to prove you wrong.
You're going to find out that it doesn't hurt nothing. All right. Do you have anything else on your end?
Let's see. I do have, yes. This is the, let's see, just guessing the hole in the headline.
Okay.
So you just got to guess the word. And man busted for driving drunk on blank. Your choices are a horse cart, a lawn tractor, or a bumper car.
Well, bumper cars out because they have to have the electricity from above to work. And since I do the odd news, I know it was a horse in a cart.
It was.
And he actually fell out of the cart, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost control of the cart in a market square and fell out of the cart and then failed a breathalyzer test. Man, that's a bad day. Okay, I also have one more because these are always fun. The breakfast bingo.
Okay.
So each answer begins with the corresponding letter. I'm sure you know because you've done it many times. Let's see. So someone who can't see.
Blind.
The little things that sit on your computer desktop.
Icons.
The fictional island and dream world in Peter Pan.
Neverland.
A person who moves from place to place, living a nomadic, unconventional way of life.
Scott.
That doesn't spell bingo.
A nomadic way of life, place to place. Gypsy.
Yes. For a doctor to do this, he usually has to put you under.
He has to put you under. Well, anesthesia doesn't work. That'd be bingo.
It's just something that a doctor would do. Say you're gonna go into have surgery. What would they be doing? Not a specific surgery, just in general.
What would they be doing? They're putting you under.
There's also a game named after it.
A game. I'm at a loss to spell bingo.
Operate.
Oh, I was thinking too hard, I guess. All right. I don't think there's any a great winner on that, but there you go. That's today's trivia. Thank you, Phillip.
Yeah.
All right, moving along this morning, a few celebrity birthdays for your Friday. We have Angie Dickinson, still alive. I might remember her from Policewoman. 91. I was I'm old, so I remember Policewoman, and my parents used to watch it all the time. And all the other cops had big guns, but they gave her like a little snub-nosed 38. And I always thought Angie Dickinson deserved a bigger gun. Just saying that. She was also in the Western with John Wayne Rio Bravo. Singer Johnny Mathis turning 87. Barry Williams, who was Greg on the Brady Bunch, a mere 68. Fran Drescher, the nanny, is 65. Crystal Bernard from Wings, 61. Eric Stoltz from Pulp Fiction is 61. He's also the director on TV's Glee. Monica Bellucci from Memory, The Passion of Christ, and The Matrix Reloaded. I love her. She's 58. Amy Landecker from The Handmaid's Tale and Transparent, 53. Jenna Elfman is turning 51. Formula One driver Max Verstappen is 25. Levi Miller from A Wrinkle in Time is 20. If we look ahead at Saturday, Randy Quaid from National Lampoon's Vacation Movies, 72. Former British Prime Minister Theresa May, 66. Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover and Between Two Ferns, 53. Brie Larson, Captain Marvel and the United States of Terra, 33. And let's look at Sunday. Sting. Sting passed away. He would have been 71 today. I'm surprised that one's in there like that. Avery Brooks from the commander of Deep Space Nine on Star Trek, turning 74. Kelly Ripa is 52. And Elizabeth McLaughlin from Pretty Little Liars and Hand of God, a mere 29. We roll into a few important history facts that you need to know with Phillip Dutton.
Wow. No, skip. 1841, the stapler was patented by Samuel Slocum. 1846, dentist Dr. William Morton used an experimental anesthetic called ether for the first time on one of his patients for a tooth extraction. 1960, the Flintstones debuted on ABC. 1982, Cheers. the place where everyone knows you are known, began its 11-year run. Knows you're known. Yeah, knows your name. 2017, an Indonesian man survived a fight with a giant python. Wow, 25 and a half feet long. And 2019, a 315 billion ton iceberg named D28 calved. It's supposed to be caved from the Amory ice shelf in Antarctica. That is huge.
Somebody needed some water.
Yes. See, going on to Saturday. I didn't skip. 1908, Henry Ford introduced the Model T automobile to the market. Car cost a whopping $825. 1971, Walt Disney World opened in Orlando, Florida.
And you know what? People from that were at Disney World during the hurricane had to shelter in place in their hotel, so they got to stay there, but all the rides were closed.
Wow, that would be the worst.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, unless you're staying in the castle.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
1982, the first compact disc player went on sale for $625. Man, look at that disparity. $825 for a car. Less than 80 years later, $625 for a CD player.
Wow.
Let's see. 2009 talk show host David Letterman announced that he had been the victim of extortion. I didn't know that. And he confirmed a bunch of relationships on his television show. And then 2019, President Bernie Sanders was taken to the hospital after suffering a heart attack.
Presidential candidate Bernie Sanders.
What did I say?
President. Yeah, just wishful thinking.
Nah. Let's see. And then Sunday, we have 1950, the comic strip Peanuts was first published. 2016, Vin Scully broadcast his last Dodgers game after a record 67 seasons.
Wow.
He recently just passed away. He's brilliant. 2007, nope. That's all I have.
All right, on to special events to take us through the weekend. As I try to scroll there quickly. Today is Ask a Stupid Question Day. Easy peasy. Another one you can probably do, a Chew Gum Day, Extra Virgin Olive Oil Day, Hug a Vegetarian Day. And that's really easy because they're usually skinny. International Podcast Day. We're doing it right now. Bakery Day, Hot Mulled Cider Day, Love People Day, and Save the Koala Day. All right. Now it gets crazy for tomorrow, first day of October. It's Adopt a Shelter Month, Billiard Awareness Month. You like to shoot pool, Phillip?
Yeah.
Class Reunion Month, Eat Better, Eat Together Month, Go Hog Wild, Eat Country Ham Month, Celebrate Sun-Dried Tomatoes Month, Go Nuts Over Texas Peanuts Month, Halloween Safety Month, National Book Month, National Chili Month, Cookie Month, Dental Hygiene Month, Pajama Month, pajamas, and National Popcorn Poppin' Month, National Roller Skating Month, Eat Country Ham Month, National Seafood Month, National Frozen Food Month. Why would we honor frozen food? That's like a TV dinner. I guess you could have, frozen foods in bags, like, your rice and, not rice, but peas, corn, that kind of stuff.
Quit while you're ahead.
All right, sorry. Spinach Lovers Month, Vegetarian Awareness Month, and Zombie Preparedness Month.
Whoa.
All right.
Man, did you notice that Eat Country Ham got like twice? Kind of?
Yeah.
Who likes ham?
Oh, man. And country ham, not a fan of that. I like the brown sugar ham. That's good. All right.
I like mine in bacon form.
And Saturday is also Astronomy Day, CD Player Day, Digital Scrapbooking Day, Homemade Cookie Day, International Coffee Day, International Day of Older Persons. I think I'm fitting into that pretty nicely. International Music Day, Raccoon Appreciation Day. Here's some advice. Don't appreciate a raccoon. Model T Day, Pumpkin Spice Day, World Card Making Day, and World Vegetarian Day. Then we'll move on real quick to Sunday. It's a day for me and Phillip. It's Audiophile Day. Country and Bed and Breakfast Day, Guardian Angels Day, Custodial Workers Day, Fried Scallops Day, Name Your Car Day, and a World Day for Farmed Animals, and World No Alcohol Day. Question, Phillip, do you name your cars?
I do not.
I do not either. I think that's a girl thing.
I don't know.
If you're a guy and you've done it, I'm sorry.
I feel like I don't know. I wonder if it was like a, I don't know. I really like, my car, but I just never thought about it like that.
All right. And I'll wrap up with a number for the day. That's 19,000. And this is depressing. That's the funeral homes in the U.S. Huh.
It's big business.
Big business. Real quick on Friday, I think we got time to sneak this in. I like to run down the new movies that are coming out, trying to get there. And it's been so bad. I've been talking about this for months that we're just not getting anything good and new. And that will continue on this weekend. Bros is a new movie with two men with commitment problems attempting a relationship. Smile, after witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. So Smile must be a horror movie, even though it doesn't sound like it. Vesper, it's not the little bikes. It's after the collapse of the Earth's ecosystem. Vesper, a 13-year-old girl struggling to survive with her paralyzed father, meets a woman with a secret who will force her to use her wit strengths and biohacking abilities to fight for the possibility of having a future. This one kind of sounds fun. The greatest beer run ever. A man's story of leaving New York in 1967 to bring beer to his childhood buddies in the Army while they're fighting in Vietnam. That might be a true story, the way it sounds from reading it.
Yeah.
All right. On Amazon, My Best Friend's Exorcism. Teens best friends Abby and Gretchen grapple with an otherworldly demon who takes up residence in Gretchen's body. And then for fun, and just in time for Halloween, Hocus Pocus 2 on Disney+. Three young women accidentally bring back the Sanderson sisters to modern-day Salem, must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking havoc on the world. And the last one, this is Blonde, and it's the fictionalized chronicle of the inner life of Marilyn Monroe. All those things coming your way this weekend, or things to watch. There you go.
Cool.
All right, another one. This is just kind of a tease for me because I'm a sci-fi geek. It's been 5 years since the release of War for the Planet of the Apes, and the 20th Century Studios announced Thursday the next title in the franchise will be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Movie will be set many years after War for the Planet of the Apes and is planned to come out in 2024. So,
did I see it right? Is it going to be a female protagonist in this one?
It does not say in the little news blurb I have, so could be.
It seemed like I read something. Yeah, that would be cool if it was.
All right, and we're going to wrap up this show. Well, we always do it this way.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here to process as a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Here we go. Always starting off with the news attack. First part's a true statement. Second part, always a bad joke. Perhaps even a lie. And Phillip, do you feel comfortable starting off with the Queen?
Sure.
Good.
Queen Elizabeth's occupation listed on the death certificate is Her Majesty the Queen and part-time Uber driver.
I thought it was, I learned so much about the Queen after she passed. I thought it was funny that when she was young, she was trained as a mechanic.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
You know, she gets a lot of flack, but she's an impressive woman who lived through some amazing events.
Yeah. Queen Elizabeth, going along with the occupation listed, her official cause of death has been revealed to be old age. But I'm pretty sure mine will be he died from being tired of being tired.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband has filed for divorce after 27 years of marriage. So, fellas, look for her soon on a dating app. Not Bumble, more likely bumbling politicians.
What's funny about this, I brought it up yesterday, is that the day she came out and took a bunch of heat for saying all Democrats should be shot like wild hogs, her husband gave her divorce papers. All right. Let's see. Jeff Bezos' ex-wife has filed for divorce from her second husband, not Jeff. She got married quickly afterwards. And it's because she heard Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband is available. Oops.
Despite Hurricane Ian, Sunday night's NFL game between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers will be played in Tampa. Hope you like soggy hot dog buns.
Are they even going to be able to get around? Okay.
I can't remember if Tampa, a lot of like places where it's really hot, they have a inside like a dome.
Okay.
So.
All right. Survey finds we spend 100 days of our lives trying to figure out what TV shows or movies to watch. I hate that. The surfing, trying to pick the show. Then there are those of us who have no trouble picking out a show because we watch what she's watching.
I don't know if anybody else has ever done this, but I've spent evenings just watching previews for things.
Trying to figure out what you want to watch.
Yeah, and never watching anything and being like, well, it's too late now. I'm going to go to bed.
I've done that before, trying to find something to watch and then just give up.
Yeah. According to research, humans have had the metabolism to process alcohol successfully for the past 10 million years. Yeah, tell that to the guy who has to clean out the back seat of his Uber at the end of the night.
Well, I didn't say we process it well. All right, study says taking vacations is good for us. So is pizza, and it's cheaper. Actually, both those are true.
Yeah. There's a push to get people to give up booze in October. They're calling it Sober October. With the year we've been having, I'm willing to do Sober October on the 7th from 7:05 to 7:07 and no more.
That's it. That's all I'm going to contribute to that. All right, on to the world of wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stupid stories but some sound effects. So there's no lies. It's all true. And animal rescuers in Massachusetts, a town called Barnstable, assisted a raccoon spotted wandering with a peanut butter jar stuck over its head. Oh, it's like a quick story. Peanut butter. Huh. I got a sound effect, kind of.
You smell like peanuts. I love peanuts. Oh, thank you.
You smell like old people and soap.
Old people and soap. All right, Philip.
I didn't see yours. Are we working on different things?
Yeah, you're doing today's. I'm doing ones from Wednesday because today's was there was only 4, and I thought we needed more. So
copy. A lane of interstate was shut down Wednesday afternoon in Norfolk, Virginia, after a tractor trailer carrying pickles overturned. The tractor trailer was cut off by a car. The driver tried to overcorrect after swerving and ended up hitting the safety wall. Fortunately, the driver was only slightly hurt.
And the story was pickles, but on my end, it sounded like you said pit bulls.
Either one is funny. Also, another acceptable answer would be nickels.
I kind of like. I was picturing the truckload of dogs. Huh. All right, but I did have this sound effect picked out.
You know what? I don't eat bologna no more. How about a pickle? Can I eat the pickle?
Yeah, got plenty of them. I called highway pickles. All right, another short one. Scientists in China asked the public to keep an eye out for a giant weather balloon that drifted away. The balloon had weather forecasting instrumentations to detect temperature, pressure, and humidity at high altitudes. I don't even find this funny. Back to you,
Crazy
Phillip.
balloons.
Yes. Back to you, Phillip.
Swedish police responded to a report of a suspicious package in an airport trash. After carefully removing the package and x-raying it, police confirmed it was a board game.
Really?
Maybe it was Clue.
Burglars, a board game called Clue. Let's see. Here we go.
I don't know who you think you're playing with. I don't play this game.
Or
that's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
all right. Burglars working to cut their way through a roof and into a tobacco and liquor store in Italy misjudged the location and spent much of their time drilling a hole in an overhang that covered the sidewalk outside the store. The burglars then tried to drill a second hole closer to the center of the roof, but gave up before they got through. They're not very good at their job.
Oh, no! We suck again!
And the Western Kentucky University Police dealt with a possible explosive device on campus with assistance from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, which determined the device was construction materials. Once done with that, someone posted on social media that the next bomb will be in a PS2. Y'all prepare yourselves. Officers searched parking structure too, but found no evidence of a bomb. A student later called the police to admit she had posted the threat as a joke. Police weren't amused and arrested her.
And this is what she had to say.
Yay!
Okay.
Yeah, PlayStation 2.
Let's see here. In the UK, police with dogs, dozens of neighbors, and a helicopter spent 2 hours searching for a missing 5-year-old boy. Scary story. Boy was eventually found, being discovered by a dog. He was safe and well covered by a blankie under his bed.
Nice.
Seems like a waste of resources to me.
Meanwhile, back at Snidely's not-so-secret hideout.
Stick the hounds or the bees or the hounds that when they bark they shoot bees out of their mouths. Let's see. Police in Bradenton, Florida appealed to the public for tips after a pickup truck was stolen from a hospital parking lot. They got them, leading them right to the truck. After jailing Joshua Hart, police say Hart had given the truck a makeover. The Chevrolet Silverado red paint was covered up with black paint from spray cans. The license plate was swapped out, and tributes to military veterans were removed from the tailgate and replaced by a Punisher skull. Means he had to probably picked it out because he had all this stuff ready to go.
Yeah.
If I ever see a Chevy Silverado, that puppy's mine.
Yeah.
I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Sounds like a Punisher. All right, in Scotland, a guy known for playing pranks all the time had one pulled on him for his birthday when his friends bricked up the front door of his house. His partner found out something was up when she opened the front door to take their young daughter to school and found that she was actually looking at a wall. We have some comments.
If this is some kind of practical joke, it's not funny. And I know funny.
Because I'm a clownfish.
That wasn't funny, man.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. All right.
I feel like that would be terrifying. I feel like it'd be like, I don't know, Outer Limits or something. Twilight Zone. Like, oh no.
Or The Matrix. Remember when they opened the window and it's a brick wall? I'd become suddenly claustrophobic. I can't get out. Last one here in Taiwan, a notorious drug dealer had just escaped from the local prison. That evening, the police department was hiding a picnic to celebrate a local holiday. Public was invited, and the drug dealer thought he could be there too, because it was for the public. He was spotted sitting at a table in the corner enjoying the free meal. Several officers recognized him, and he was quickly placed under arrest. Aww.
Just enjoying a meal.
That's right. So sad.
So you can only become invisible when absolutely nobody is watching you?
Yeah, that's it. Huh.
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
There you go. That is your odd news for Friday. Big round of applause. Thank you so much for being here today, Phillip.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody have a great weekend. Don't forget Farmers Market today, 11 to 3:30. Fall Festival. Big deal. It's going to be huge, huge fun and happening across the town of Chewelah. And don't forget, they've got buses to shuttle you if you park in the gravel parking lot at the high school. There's also a pickup, Michelle was saying, at the bowling alley. And you can also park at the elementary school, and the shuttle will pick you up there, too. Parade at 10, Firefighters Olympics in the park at 11, live music at 3, vendors and food downtown. It's going to be a great time. Get out there, enjoy it. A lot of people put in a bunch of time in this for you to have fun. There you go. Have a great weekend, and this is for you and me, Phillip.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Are you ready to make a difference in Chewelah? New Health is hiring for several clinical positions in our Chewelah Medical Clinic, including medical assistants and certified nursing assistants. With competitive salaries, benefits, and professional development opportunities, New Health will help you grow your career while